Welcome to ACFL's On the Field podcast. I'm your host, Zay.
I'm your co-host Reagan.
And I'm your co-host, dsfoolz.
On the Field is the upcoming ACFL network that talks about current events, future events, rankings, and even more. This episode, we will be going over the recent AFL drop downs, Season 22 National Championship, top ACFLers that are currently doing good in AFL, and our closer segment will be our ACFL Season 23 Week 1 predictions. So we're going to start off with the recent AFL drop downs. Who want to go first?
You want it, dsfoolz?
I'll read them off.
All right.
We have obviously Zen. Zen has recently dropped down.
Soccer.
I don't know what's the point of him dropping down if he just got forced to go up.
Yeah, it's just he's not. He's gonna do the same thing. He's just gonna sit here, probably lose first round, and then recycle that process.
I
No,
believe in him. I think he has. I think he's a chance. Honestly. I mean, it
Yeah,
depends on his plays. Honestly.
his team's good, and it's not very comp this season. So
I mean his team is always good, but
yeah,
another drop down. Obviously, we have dsfoolz. Let's,
Woo.
let's actually go about
Crash.
that. Why did you drop down?
I dropped down because my friends got unbanned, and I wanted to play with them. And some people will say, "Why didn't you just draft them?" I didn't draft them because you can only draft one person, and I'd rather just drop down. Makes it easier for everybody. And plus, my blockers wanted to drop down, which one of them can't drop down, so it's unfortunate. But yeah.
Another drop down that we recently had. We had Road to 1 billion. I don't know too much about him, but I'm sure y'all do.
was that
I do. That's yeah.
he's
No,
Widows? He played with Tyler, I think, and went up and then came back down. I
he's
think.
he's not bad. I heard he's a toss demon, which is not the best, but I think he's solid. I've played with him before. He played with Leprechaun for a bit, I think. He was one of his friends. He's okay. That's all I can say from my standpoint. I haven't seen him play in a while though.
Another drop down. We
What else we got?
have Saucy Head Tops. He dropped
Oh,
down.
Saucy.
He dropped down yesterday.
Saucy. So Saucy is a solid. I don't know if he's going to play slot or outside, but he's not a bad route runner. He can side tech. He can really do everything. I think his weakness is his lob gaming. So if you want to abuse him, there you go.
Final
But
drop
Yeah,
down.
if you give him like a one-on-one toss, he's probably not coming down with it.
just depends on who's guarding
Yeah, it
him.
really depends who is your DB.
All right, final drop down we could talk about is Aqua Ball.
Aqua Ball, he's okay. That's what I've seen. He played with the Cruisers and lost the Natty to Nehad. He's not bad outside. He's pretty solid. He can route run. Um, I think his IQ needs some work, and that's just my standpoint on him for right now.
Okay. We're finished up with that. Next topic, we'll talk about the season 22 national championship game between the Oklahoma Hunters, led by Reaper 1K, who won the Heisman, I think, a few days before, and we're all going against Evolution Man and Derek led Dallas Gunslingers. The final score was 34-21. Did either of you watch that game?
I watched a good bit of it.
Yeah, I watched the whole game with my team. Well, with the people who joined.
I only watched like the end portion of it. So Regan, if you watched the game, what do you think Reaper could have done to maybe won this game?
I think Reaper just was nervous, honestly. He was playing scared, which is why he was making careless, like little mistakes that lost him the game. Like he pre-threw a flash when his wide receiver didn't come back, and that was an interception. I think he forced one deep, which got intercepted. Pretty sure he had two fumbles too. So
Yeah.
that was a lot of bad luck, just running the ball and fumbling.
Evolution man, honestly he shocked everyone. He wasn't really a top quarterback when going into that national championship game. Let me read off his quarterback stats. He finished the season with 1,979 passing yards, 25 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. Not the best. Not a very
So he's
good.
really just a game manager.
Yeah. I mean,
Something that really works when you win.
yeah, he probably had one of the best blocking cores in the ACFL, along with Derek, who went to slot. Honestly, from I watched the VOD a little bit. It was a decently competitive game at the start. Reaper fumbled, which killed their momentum, and then obviously the pre-thrown flash. I talked to Reaper plenty of times after the game. He said he called out the flash. His receiver, I guess I don't know what his receiver did. He just didn't run the flash. It was a good pre-fire, but his receiver and him was just not. The communication was off. So that's pretty much why he said that's why that pick was thrown. And I think if he drives down for a touchdown there, I think he about damn send it to overtime. And honestly, even if it did go to overtime, I don't see Reaper winning that. I don't see him coming out with an overtime win. All right, next
I
topic.
agree.
Yep, next topic we'll talk about is the top recent ACFLers that are currently doing good in AFL. I think the most popular option we have here is Dizzy. His AFL name is Worry, but Dizzy, I think he went up to AFL after his season 20 national championship loss, or was that season 21? I don't remember, but
It was the season 20
okay.
one. He went up after that.
He lost to the Durango. I was on that team. He lost to the Durango, then I guess he went up. He's currently playing for the Arizona Cardinals. He is having a great season. He is in the AB. I'll read off his
I
awards.
I'd like to add on to that. He also has the least amount of ints thrown currently by any quarterback. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong,
Good
but
stuff.
I'm pretty sure. He's also one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league at this moment, throwing over 80% in every game he's played.
I remember he made the playoffs last season as well. I think he fell short. But right now his awards are he has a Star Bowl and he title and he won Rookie of the Year. And I assume that he's going to win another award when they announce them. Uh,
I
you good?
I'd like to say one more thing. I think that most of the rookies are starting to make an impact to AFL. Some of the unks are starting to slow down, and the rookies are rising to them, like Dizzy, Spades, Easy Outs, people like that. They're all doing solid currently, and um, I think they can be great one day, maybe make the AB, and yeah.
All right. Next player that we will talk about is you just brought it up. Spades G4L underscore Spades. Currently he has a Star Bowl and a title. He plays for the Denver Broncos and he is currently a rookie. I have never
He's
really.
also
You good?
he is also one of the best linebackers, if not the best linebacker in the league. He has like 25 yards allowed, but people say he's stat padding a lot, so he might not win the award. I'm not sure on that. People have been saying he might not win the award because he tries to run away from the ball.
Uh,
So, but after all, we don't know that. It depends. He might win the award. He might not. But
I'm gonna read off his stats. He has 2 interceptions for 31 tackles. No pick sixes. But he is only allowed 38 yards, 1 touchdown, and he has played 237 snaps, which is really that's a linebacker of the year candidate. But there's a lot of good linebackers in front of him that I can see him winning the award over him. Honestly, yeah. I mean, honestly, the only thing he has that could get him this award is that his yards allowed are crazy.
mhm.
Last and final player that we could talk about is ZZ Outs. I don't know.
um,
Yep.
ZZ Outs. He's had a solid season. He's not a bad receiver, not a bad deep. He just complains a lot on defense, and I've seen that personally. His QB is okay, not the best. That he needs to get better, in my opinion. No shots thrown, but uh, ZZ Outs is solid. I've seen his route running. He's not the worst. He's just a solid receiver. He's solid on both sides of the ball, and that could help the Broncos in the future of AFL.
I feel
Uh,
like ZZ Outs is really more of like a defensive player. He
Agreed.
ranks like right at 105 in wide receiver stats. Um, he won a star. He's number 26 in DB stats I'm pretty sure he got Star Bowl
Yep, he has
at
Star.
DB.
Yep, he has Star Bowl, and he is also a part of Spade's team, the Denver Broncos. We're gonna go try to look
Mm,
at his DB stats here, if I can find
yeah, I
it.
got him. He has 5 interceptions, 19 tackles. Oh, he has, yeah, that's about it. And his completion percentage is 46.4, and he only allowed 371 yards, which is pretty good for a deep. It's not bad at all.
I'm looking at his receiver stats. He finished 105 in receiver stats with 428 yards and finished with 15 receptions. I'm trying to check his touchdowns. He had 2 touchdowns on the season. Not a very good offensive season, but a pretty good defensive season. That's Star Bowl worthy for sure.
Just to let you know, Zen had better stats than him at wide receiver.
Oh Lord. Our
But I mean,
final. Yep. All right. Our final topic will be we're gonna talk about the week one. My phone back, but we're gonna talk about the week one game predictions. Zen recently posted the week one schedule. He's still working on the rest, but so far I'll read off some of the games. First off, we got Winchester playing Santa Barbara, Montreal playing Tennessee, Glendale playing Dallas, Alabama playing Baltimore, Sonora playing San Jose, Sacramento Stars goes against Tampa Bay, Oklahoma plays Texas, Long Beach versus Rushmore, a big game right there, Buffalo versus UTSA, Denver versus Memphis, Monterey versus Oregon, another pretty big game. Jacksonville plays Durango, St. Paul plays Scottsdale, Greensboro plays Pittsburgh, Rattle plays Bloxburg, Mobile Flock, Reagan led team going against Zen led team, which is the Washington Timber. That's the game of the week. Then we have Atlantis versus Winsboro, Nebraska versus Sacramento State, Pearl City versus Boston, Core Blocks versus Anchorage. We're gonna talk about 3 games here and drop our predictions. We're gonna talk about Long Beach versus Rushmore. We're gonna talk about Mobile Flock versus Washington, and we can talk about Winchester versus Santa Barbara. We'll start off with Winchester versus Santa Barbara. dsfoolz, who do you say wins?
Honestly, I don't know a lot about both teams, but I'm gonna go. Actually gonna go Widows. I'm gonna go Widows for mainly their QB. I've seen how he plays. He's not the worst. I'm pretty sure he has some decent blockers, some decent receivers. I think Rukios might go to that team. I think Road might be on that team as well. Um, people like that, like those are people that can make big changes. And Dylan himself is not a bad quarterback, and I honestly think he's gonna win this game. Um, yeah.
All right, what about you, Rudy?
I think Santa Barbara's probably gonna win. I'm pretty sure Over Amiri recently transferred back, and I think that he's been in this league so much longer than Dylan has. I think that honestly helps him win.
I can't lie. I didn't know that was over Amiri.
I'm pretty sure he transferred back.
I'm gonna also go with Santa Barbara because of the experience factor. If over Amiri did transfer back to Santa Barbara, so I'll give them that win. Next, we can talk about Long Beach versus Rushmore, J Ping Enzo versus dsfoolz. This is a pretty stacked game with a whole bunch of playmakers all over the field. We'll start with Regan. Who do you got?
Well, I was looking at the he actually transferred. What game is this?
Long Beach versus
We
Rushmore.
got Long Beach versus Rushmore. I'm pretty sure, yes, it's Enzo versus dsfoolz.
Yep.
Enzo has mainly a lot of the same wide receivers, but he has a whole new blocking core, which was one of his weak points last season. So I think that will really help. And then dsfoolz has his team of drop downs, and his experience is really gonna help coming from AFL, playing a season or two in there or more. But I really don't know who's gonna win. I think this is literally a toss up. But if I had to choose, I guess I'll just choose Rushmore because DS is playing in AFL last season, which I really think propels him to the win.
Uh,
Um,
yeah, you got the
I'll
DS.
go next. Yeah. So coming from me, it's kind of like coming from me and Zay. It's kind of biased. So I'm gonna point out the facts. So my skill right now is not at its peak. It's not at its best. Enzo is at his peak right now. My experience and my defensive knowledge is at my peak right now, and Enzo's isn't. So it's gonna go back and forth. I think it might go back and forth, but there's also a chance that one of us gets blown out. So I might get blown out, or he might get blown out. So then that's just, in my opinion, why it would happen. I don't know who's all on their team, but I heard they have some solid players, and I'm not gonna let my guard down. I'm just gonna stay locked in and until that game happens.
Uh, Same with dsfoolz. I like on paper you could definitely say this is a close game. This is gonna maybe a fourth quarter thriller. I don't see this being a close game. I mean, I can obviously see it being a close game going into the fourth quarter, but I think someone's gonna make a mistake, and I think one or the other is gonna win by multiple touchdowns. And I don't know what it is. I just can't see it being a close game. It's gonna be a really good offensive game. Going to be a shootout. I could see this game combining for like 80, 90 points. It's just gonna be who makes a mistake first. Either dsfoolz experience versus JP Enzo's peak, like he said. Um, I'm gonna go with Long Beach. Obviously, you could call it bias, whatnot. I don't care. Uh, but I think we just have too much of offensive firepower. I think we could get over Rushmore. Final game we will talk about is Mobile Flock versus Washington, the big game everyone has been waiting for. This will be streamed by On the Field, actually. Uh, I'm pretty sure
Woo!
this should be streamed by On the Field. Zen, I'm pretty sure confirmed it. Big game. Reagan versus Zen. It's two stacked teams going against each other. It's gonna be playmakers all over the field, just like the other game. This is gonna be a great game. We'll start off with dsfoolz. Who do you got?
So I'm sorry to say this, but I think I think Flock will take it home by a kill, a lot, and
Mm,
I just don't see this being a close game at all. Honestly,
wow.
Zen is a solid QB. It just also depends who's on his team. Uh, his gameplay is kind of repetitive, and it's something that you can counter. If you have the run defense to stop him, then you'll be fine. Um, I think Reagan beats him even on a PS3. So, no
Damn.
offense, but
Oh,
I'm just taking Reagan by a long shot because of the receivers and the QBs he has. I mean, and the QB he is. My bad, but yeah.
oh, wow. We could go to Regan. I'm sure you could call it bias or not, but what do you got, Regan?
I honestly think we're gonna win. I can't doubt us. So I mean, I think we're gonna win. But Zen has a great deep ball. As long as we just cover the deep ball and cover the run. I know he hasn't been playing much ACFL recently at quarterback because he went up to AFL for a season. And I haven't seen him very active, so that
Okay.
gives me hope that we can pull this out and get the win week one.
Do you see yourself like making this game like Diaz just said, like a blowout, a kill shot?
I mean, I think it just takes one Zen turnover for us to really just like once he turns it over, if we just keep scoring, taking our time, taking the lanes when I have them, I feel like we should have no problem.
Okay. So far we got where did dsfoolz just go? But it's cool. It's only my prediction left. Um. This is a tough game. I'm also gonna sit here and give this one to Regan. I'm gonna give this a mobile flock. I just feel like Zen. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of him. Like Regan said, he has been inactive or whatnot. I haven't seen him do any QBBs really. I've seen a few, but like it's not much. I do think Zen will have a great season. I don't see Zen losing over 5 games or so. I do think Zen has a great chance of winning his conference. But I don't see a blowout like dsfoolz season. I see Regan winning this by maybe 2 touchdowns, maybe just one Zen turnover that cost him the game, and Regan is his offense just fly away with the game. But so yeah, I got mobile flock by a touchdown or two. That's gonna be it for this episode. This is episode 2. We are still in the ACFL off season, waiting on the AFL to be done. We are a few days away from the Allegiance Bowl, which will be streamed by I think it's Rose Sports Center, Sunday at 10 o'clock Eastern. I'm pretty sure. No
Yeah,
one.
that's right.
It's going to be Dizzy and his Arizona Cardinals versus Spiral and his Tennessee Titans, who shocked Philly 4K and the Indianapolis Colts in the AFC Championship game. I think it's going to be a great game. I do have Dizzy. I want Dizzy to win. Reagan, who do you got?
I'm not really a huge follower of AFL, but me and I've talked to Dizzy before. We know each other, so I'd have to choose Dizzy to win. I've seen Dizzy play his conference championship game. The only rough part he had was his wild card game. I think it was him versus the Falcons. I think he had a rough game then, but he squeaked by, and he's been unstoppable ever since. So I think the Cardinals will take it 42-35.
Okay. We don't have dsfoolz in the game no more to
I
take.
I
Oh,
I
oh.
am I am.
Who do you got?
Um.
Who you got in the
So,
AB?
so I look at this matchup as like no offense, like no glaze or anything, but it's like LeBron versus Luca. One's new to the league, the other one has been in here for a long time, and when you look at that, you usually want LeBron to win, right? Because he's more experienced and he deserves it. And that's what I think of Spiral. I want Spiral to win the AB. That's in my opinion. I think he's gonna win it. Spiral's experience. Some people on his team I do not like, and some people on Dizzy's team I don't like. But they all their teams are skillful players, and I just can't deny that. And I think Spiral's gonna pull it off. I think he deserves it more. Yeah, he's been here for a while. He's been like he has went through like the toughness. Dizzy hasn't won enough. Like he hasn't went against like as much tough players as Spiral has. So that's what I'm trying to say. But I just think Spiral deserves it more, and I think he is going to win.
Well, just kick me out the game. But that's gonna be it. We added on another topic at the end, just quickly. But that's gonna be it for episode 2 of On the Field podcast. We should be recording episode 3 maybe next week. Closer when we have more like ideas on what the season's gonna look like. Maybe we'll talk about the new playoff system. Or whatnot. But there is a doc that you could send out your on the field ideas for us to talk about your topics. We read off a couple of them today. That's what we talked about. But that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope all of you have a blessed day and good luck on your upcoming ACFL or AFL season.